Have you ever found an old mysterious box in your basement or attic? Maybe it had old clothes or dismembered dolls from your sister's old toy collection from when she was younger. Today, I want to talk to you guys about mysterious boxes with strange items. Some boxes hold memories, others hold secrets, and some boxes probably should have never been opened at all. In Valdosta, Georgia, back in 2019, there was this old abandoned building that had a dentist office inside of it at one point. During the renovation of this old building, a worker found this old sealed box, and when he opened it, inside were hundreds of human teeth. Another strange thing was that every tooth inside the box was labeled with a date. It's possible that there was some odd serial killer roaming Valdosta, Georgia, collecting human teeth, or maybe it was some sort of dentist with a tooth fetish, or quite possibly it could have been the real-life tooth fairy. Either way, I don't think we'll ever find out, but a box of human teeth is pretty strange. Back in 2013, a man in Fresno, California was garage sailing. He purchased this old box of electronics from this guy, and when the man came home, he opened this box and discovered that there was a false bottom. And when he opened it, there were dozens of Polaroid photos of people sleeping. There were photos of people sleeping in their cars and their bedrooms, and they were all taken from the perspective of outside of the window. So if you guys ever fall asleep in public, just know that there might be some strange dude with an old camera snapping Polaroid photos of you and keeping them for whatever reason. Back in the year 2020, a school in Bismarck, North Dakota, unearthed its 1958 time capsule. When they opened this time capsule, one of the kids found this old handwritten note that read, "If you're reading this, I was wrong, or you're not really here." Which I guess would make sense if you're reading it from the perspective of somebody that thought the world would end in 2012. You know, when I was in 6th grade, I remember we buried a time capsule out in the front courtyard by this apple tree. Every kid was tasked to write something or draw something or put a belonging in the time capsule for future generations to unearth and I guess see what life was like back in the early 2000s, late 90s. I remember all I did was draw this photo of a tree, and it wasn't very good, and I think I said hi on it. But reading about some of the things that people are finding in time capsules, I kind of wish I wrote some sort of weird, cryptic message just to kind of mess with people of future generations. Back in 2006, a woman was cleaning out the attic of one of her recently deceased family members, and inside the attic, she found this old, dusty trunk. When she opened the trunk, she found a bunch of hand-sewn dolls. The weird part about these dolls was that they had human hair. I feel like if you find a trunk full of clown dolls with hand-sewn in human hair, you'd probably want to get that DNA tested and see if it matches up with any of the missing person posters in recent years. That lady just might have a serial killer in the family. In Aberdeen, Washington, back in 2011, a group of friends were doing some urban exploration inside this old building. Apparently, this building was an old veterinary office. While they were exploring this office, they found this old dusty crate, and inside it was a bunch of cloudy jars and preserved dead animals. There were preserved kittens and rodents and small dogs. Some of these jars were labeled with names, and some of the other jars were labeled with the text, "Still watching." Whoever was working at this veterinary office was probably some sort of necromancer or mad scientist. Makes you wonder if he was ever successful in actually bringing an animal back to life. He might just be the real-life Victor Frankenstein. Back in 2018, in the town of Cleveland, Ohio, this corporate time capsule was unearthed from the year 1987. When they opened this time capsule, they found a small velvet pouch, inside it containing 6 unmarked pills, and next to these pills had a note that read, "Take these when it all begins." I can only imagine the company that buried this pouch was Umbrella Corporation, and it was some sort of zombie prevention pill. So these pills were actually apparently lab tested, and the contents of them remain undisclosed. So I guess we'll never actually know what these pills were supposed to be used for. I doubt we'll ever know, but one can imagine. In Detroit, Michigan, back in the year 2015, a group of urban explorers were exploring some abandoned home. When they were walking through the house, they found this old shoebox, and when they opened it, they found a mummified hand. The house was apparently vacant for years, and the authorities apparently could never trace the origin of the hand. If you see a man walking around Detroit, Michigan with only one hand, I'd probably let him know, but I don't think they can reattach it at this point. So the last one I want to talk about was a time capsule opened in the year 2012 in Cincinnati, Ohio. This time capsule was buried in the year 1981, and when they finally opened it, they found a burned baby doll. And this doll had blackened eyes and a deformed face, and it had a note pinned to its chest that read, "She wouldn't stop screaming." No other explanation was actually found in the time capsule, but I can only imagine it was some sort of demon hunter burning some sort of possessed doll. So if you've made it this far in the video, I'm sure you're dying to wonder what's in this box. So inside the box is a plastic pair of orange vampire fangs from some unknown year. They don't fit into my mouth very well, and I think they're meant for children. So the last thing I have in the box is the complete DVD series of Tales from the Dark Side from 1983. So that was pretty much it. And if you ever find yourself wandering into a forest or old abandoned building and you find some sort of dusty, strange box, just be prepared to find something weird or mysterious inside of it. Anyways, folks, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.